आ रही है।
मैं तो सांस भी ले रहा हूं, फिर भी बढ़ता है उसमें से
वो दिखाने के लिए।
I forget it. Countries and their NASA. Their parliament. No, parliament. We discuss currency. Forget about Afghanistan. Write down Afghanistan and the answer is Shora. S-H-O-R-A. Afghanistan's parliament name is Shora, which currently not working because of Taliban. But there is a parliament called Shora. So now, India. Hockey. De facto. Why I give that word de facto? What is the meaning of that word de facto? Who is father of nation of India? Tell me. Nobody. What is the national language? Nothing. What is the national game of India? Nothing. Right? That's why there is de facto. We take that. It's not written in our constituency. Right? So chapter's name is Analogy GA. Look, we did complete numbers question. We did alphabetical almost complete, letter to letter odd one out in Dhaka, letter analogy. Right? But I'm going to ask today. Now the third type is GA, the final type. We did Venn diagram, the logical sequence, and GA odd one out. Right? Only some questions left. From analogy GA means India. How could you take this question? India somehow related to hockey in a similar way. Or best friend. Pakistan related to. Not going to give you options. Answer. Okay, nice. Okay. Sri Lanka. How many neighboring countries we have? 8. So first discuss about Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, China, Myanmar, Bhutan, Bangladesh, tell me the answer. That's my habit. No idea? Okay, I'm giving you 4 options. Cricket, Kho-Kho, boating, or volleyball. Look, Sri Lanka is an island. There's lots of water. So answer is? It was a trap. Volleyball is the national game of Sri Lanka. Yes. And those things which we need to learn don't apply on logic. Yes, exactly. Otherwise, look, in Nepal, the options are cricket, again, the rising country in cricket, and then mountain climbing. Logic, mountain, Nepal, right? This is the game of paper makers. So write down the answers now. Nepal. One answer is volleyball. Nepal has two national games. One is volleyball, another is Dandi Bio. Dandi Bio. You guys understand what is Dandi Bio? No. I don't know the name of that game in English. There is no name of that game in English. I can always, so look my gesture. It's a stick in my right hand or the left hand. It's like this. Hindi speaking people said Gilli Danda. Right? That is in Nepal called Dandi Bio. Dandi Bio. China, ping pong. Ping pong. And the real name? Table tennis. Myanmar, cane ball. Cane ball. It's like 6 people, a ball, like this. Cane ball, Myanmar. Bhutan. Archery, very nice. You have some answer. Bangladesh. Kabaddi. Wow. The change in class atmosphere, huh? Afghanistan. It's Buz Khasi. Buz Khasi. 6 horse riders one side, one in one team. Another 6 horse riders in another team. And there is a dead god. Yes, dead god. By picking that god, it's like this. And then goal. By throwing that dead god in the goal post. They are Kabanians. Normal height, 6 feet. Buz Khasi. Buz Khasi. Then Russia. Bandy. Russia bandy. Bandy means look like ice hockey with a slight difference. In ice hockey, the ball is like the striker of carom, right? In bandy, the ball was like hockey. Yes, the spherical ball. So Russia bandy. Next. What's my name? Sachin. So add another Sachin in me. And then it's like this. It's the national game of Japan. Sumo wrestling. Japan. Italy. France. Germany. Sweden. Spain. No. Italy, France, Germany, Sweden. Football. Argentina. We discussed it, right? In Dhaka. We discussed it verbally. Is it? Pato. 7 pebbles stored on a ball like this. Argentina, Pato. Brazil. Capoeira. It's a martial art. Capoeira. Canada. Ice hockey. slash lacrosse. Lacrosse. New Zealand. Rugby. New Zealand rugby. Spain. Bullfight. Bullfight. Thailand. Thai martial art. Thai martial art. South Korea. Right here. South Korea national game. Taekwondo. What is the English meaning of Taekwondo? Bare hand. Taekwondo means bare hand. And the last one. Malaysia. Badminton. Done. Next. Bangladesh Dhaka. Relation. Capital. We discussed or not? No. Sri Lanka. Tell me the answer. Please don't say Colombo. They changed Colombo in 2015. It's almost 10 years. On 10th February 2025, it become 10 years. They changed their capital. Write down. Sri Jayavardhane Pure Kotte. It's a South Indian name. Sri Jayavardhane Pure Kotte, the new capital of Sri Lanka. Then Bhutan. Thimphu. Then Nepal. Was it Kathmandu? Very silent. Kathmandu. Yes. Afghanistan. Look, as per my opinion, I don't need to write these things, these countries. They are so famous. Afghanistan, Kabul. Afghanistan, Kabul. Do you need to write the capital of England? No. Right? Listen, means some important question which they ask in a cyclic manner. Right? And those countries are, look at the board there. Switzerland, Sweden, Norway, Hungary, Australia, Austria, Ukraine, Germany, Myanmar, Canada, Spain, Algeria, Belgium, Holland. What is the another name of Holland? Netherlands. So Algeria, Belgium, Holland, Iran, Malaysia, oh, no, no, no. Kuwait, Singapore, Mexico, Canada, Spain, Algeria, Belgium, Holland, Iran, Kuwait, Singapore, Mexico, New Zealand. Switzerland. Answer. Bern. 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 Sweden. Stockholm. Norway. Oslo. Hungary. Budapest. Australia. Canberra. Austria. Vienna. Ukraine. Kiev. Germany. Berlin. Denmark. Manipur is the gateway of Myanmar. So tell me at least the capital of Myanmar. What was the old name of Myanmar? Huh? Burma. And at the time of Burma, what is the capital of Burma? Rangoon, Rangoon. Then they changed the name in Myanmar and they first make capital Yangon. Then some people opposed that because Yangon was the dominated caste there in Myanmar. Yangon. So they changed Ne Pyai Do. It's Ne Pyai Do. Myanmar. Answer. Naypyidaw. Naypyidaw is the capital of Myanmar. Canada. Ottawa. Spain. Madrid, money heist. Algeria, Algiers, Belgium, Brussels, Holland, Amsterdam, Iran, Tehran, Kuwait, Kuwait City, Singapore, Singapore City. Can't forget that, huh? Mexico, Mexico City. New Zealand, Wellington. Ireland, Dublin, yes, Denmark, Denmark. क्या हुआ आवाज नहीं आ रही
हाँ ये थोड़ा
अलग मतलब लता मंगेशकर जैसा आवाज जा रहा है क्या कॉपनहेगन
बोला
हाँ
चल ना थोड़ा ऐसे बराबर लगा ये तो आपका ना मुंह बड़ा है
हाँ मुंह बड़ा है
गाँव में आता मुझे तो
सर my face is big that's why it's not properly said look you this is so small Ireland Dublin yes अजीब आवाज आ रही है done and mark next my God क्या आवाज नहीं आ रही write down assign allot what is the relation between these two words assign and allot is it antonyms or synonyms done so I'm going to ask you only 6 questions substitute synonym of substitute replace brim 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 means I don't have any example in class yes this is called brim means when I sat in bar in Rajouri Garden I ordered like bring me to the peg up to the brim level like this fill it up to the top brim means brim is not so famous word synonym is so famous edge brim abduct someone said kidnap howdy Outing. Egoistic. Dearth. That means lack, deficiency, right? Meager. And the best one is scarcity. Dearth. Dissipate. Make the answer. First of all, we have to understand the definition of word. What is dissipate? Look, literature means what? Literature indicates or represents the anyone's situation, right? It's like someone was like from gate like this. It was peeping, right? The way I'm looking at all of it is just looking at all of you. And then if someone like, it's called staring. So things are similar, words are different. So when we use dearth, when there is a shortage of grain in a large scale of parts, large land, it's called dearth, scarcity. When we use dissipate, when someone earn a lot, but that wallet has a hole, and son, when money come, dissipate. Right? So we need to write here squander. Squander means lack of money. Squander. Next. Kind. Cruel. Antonyms now. Kind and cruel. Robust. Gentle. Deep. Chaos. Lethargy. Mourn. Alerted. उस दिन पता चला था Write down the answers. The antonyms of these 8 words. Write down. Very rude. Gentle. Right. Gentle means was. Is it a temporary quality? No. It's permanent. Rude is temporary, so you can't write antonyms as rude. Gentle means temporary, not temporary root, permanent root. Robust. Robust means weak, opposite. Gentle, harsh, deep, shallow, chaos, peace, lethargy, alertness, mourn, rejoice, alerted, despondent, enlightened, ignorant, enlightened, ignorant. Enlightened means saturation of wisdom. That means ignorant means a person who don't know that there is a brighter sunny outside or it's raining. Right? Last two. Yes. Botany is somehow related to plants. Botany is somehow related to plants. Zoology, animals. I'm not going to ask that. Anthropology, cardiology, ornithology, seismology, herpetology, entomology, ophiology. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 only. Tell me anyone who knows the 5 out of 7. 5 only. These are easy things. And now look, if someone thinks like that I'm teaching biology, no, that's why reasoning is not a subject. It's IQ test of each single subject they ask in competitive papers. So the most easiest one is cardiology. Means subject and study. Study and topic. Anthropology. Human beings, very nice. Cardiology. Heart. Ornithology. Birds. Seismology. Earthquake. Herpetology. No. Amphibians. Entomology. Xenophilology. The part of herpetology. Done. The last one. Cardiologist is somehow related to hurt. In a similar way, orthopedist, dermatologist, they are a specialist. That's one their subject. Anthropology, human beings. सर्व व्हायचे का? Good. Orthopedist, bones, right now, bones. Doctor who deals with the disease of bones. Dermatologist, skin. Ophthalmologist, eyes. Nephrologist, kidneys. Neurologist, neurons. Neurons. Podiatrist, a doctor who deals with the disease of limbs. LIMBS, limbs. Pulmonologist, lungs. Pediatrician, infants. The last one, obstetrician, is also related to infants. Don't read. First listen. That pediatrician is when baby born, that baby has some disease like jaundice, pneumonia, something like that. that the doctor, the specialist who treat the newborn baby like infant, is known as pediatrician. And who is obstetrician? A doctor who help in the born of baby. Right? So the answer is baby born obstetrician. Means the complete definition is a doctor who helps in the born of baby. Done. So now come to the alphabetical questions. We did letter number coding decoding. Exactly. That's what all. Letter to letter we discussed. Letter to letter. Do we discuss letter odd one out? Exactly in Dhaka. 3 yes, 1 no. Related to ABCD. Do we? It's a question like this. Look. It's like four options. Heading is find the odd one out. We will discuss or not? No? So write down the chapter's name. Odd one out, alphabetical. Write down. TPLI. First option. Odd one out means the another name of odd one out is classification. What we must have to remember that you have to find three common property. That common property should be absent in one. That absent here is your answer. Right. So TPLI, YUQM, RNJF, and SOKJ. First question. Question number 2. MORV, CEHL, CENT, JLOS, DACB, EBCD, SPQR, and the XUVW. TUVX, OPRS, BCDF, HIJL, ABYZ, CDWX, That's it. In this 8 question, we can discuss each and everything. But remember one thing, write down, just listen my words. If in any question, my answer is based on the logic of vowel and consonant, means it's like that 3 words have one vowel and another word is doesn't have any vowel. And in the same question, your answer is different from me. And the logic was, it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the another one is 1, 2, 2. Right? So by the logic of positions and by the logic of vowel consonant, answers contradict to each other. Right? So which answer the department going to accept first? On the basis of vowel or on the basis of positions? What should your preference? Not yours, the department's. Is it vowel or position? Positions. Start then. One level logic. What is the answer of first? Tell me. Last one. Is it? Last one. What else? Look. -4, -4, -3. 4, 4, 3. -4, -4, -4. -4, -4, -4. Again -4, -4, -1. Means this question scream out that don't solve me on the basis of positions. Right? You can't solve. We need three common things, right? One is different. So, two similar. First and last differ from it. And then, when we don't have answer on the basis of positions, then what left with us? Vowel and consonant. So, TPLI, one vowel. YUQM, another vowel. SOKJ also has one vowel. RNJ doesn't have any vowel. Answer 3. Right? Next. +2 +3 +4. +2 +3 +4. +2 +3 +4. +2 +9 +6. This is odd one out. The next one, we don't need to write the positions. Look at the board now. It's like AB, T, like this. And then B, C, D, E, P, Q, R, S, U, V, W, X. So this is odd one out. Simple. Next. Look, TUV, 3 continue. W eliminated, then X. BCD, 3 continuous, then E, F. HIJ, then K, L. OP, 2 continue. Third eliminated, then RS. This is odd one out. Next question. There are 2 logics. We can solve that question with 2 logics. AZ opposite letters. BY opposite. CX opposite, DW opposite. EV opposite, FNU opposite, right? So if G, T must be here. And H opposite to S, high school. Right? So this is odd one out. And the easier than this. AB regular, consecutive, YZ consecutive. CD regular, WX regular. EF regular, UV regular. GH continue. T, we need U. This is odd one out. Done. 4, 6, 9, 13, 18. 3, 5, 8, 12, 17. 7, 9, 12, 16, 21. And 8, 10, 13, 16 and 20. Positions. First we have to attempt on position. If we don't have answer on position, then we have to apply words. Look. +2, +3, +4, +5. +2, +3, +4, +5. +2, +3, +4, +5. +2, +3, again +3. Although we need +4, right? So this is odd one out. 14, 11, 8, 5. 13, 9, 4, 1. 11, 8, 5, 2, and 23, 20, 17, 14. Tell me the answer. Which one? Yes, exactly. Second one. It's like -3, -3, -3, right? Then -3, -3, -3. Again -3, -3, -3. Here, -4, -5, then -3. This is odd one, out. And the last one. 6, 9, 10, 12, 18, 21, 22, 24, 4, 7, 8, 10, 14, 16, 17, 19. What we need to learn positions of letters. +3, +1, +2, +3, +1, +2, +3, +1, +2, +2, +1, +2, odd one out. Done. Right? Okay, next. Letter series. First 5 easy questions from you can say 10 or 12 level. A, C, F, J question mark. A, D, H, M question mark, question mark. Again A, D, E, H, I, L question mark, question mark. X, Q, K, F question mark. And Z, O, Y, P, X, Q, W, R, V question mark. Do it fast. We must have to do that A, B, blank, blank, the blank places. Right? Question like this. Look. We have to discuss this, right? One, 3, 6, 10. 1, 4, 8, 13. 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, 12. The position of letters. 24, 17, 11, 6. Look, plus 2 is as easy. So there is only one difference between those who learn, those who don't learn. Those who learn can do, then can solve question quickly, right? Those who don't, they will write the position of letters on the rough paper, huh? And then they will find the logic like. Otherwise, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5. Answer. Oh, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7. Your answer is S and Z. Plus 3, plus 1, plus 3, plus 1, plus 3, plus 1, plus 3. Answer. MP. 24 minus 7, 70. Minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, 2. Answer. B. And then NOPQRS 26. Right? 25 positions. 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. Answer as you done 5 questions. Next 5. Write down. CEGIKMOQ question mark. ACEGIKMO question mark. ACFHKMPR question mark. DFGJKMNQRT question mark. PKY FJW HIU JHS question mark. Okay, Alfred, I'm not going to give you the position of letters. Right? I'm not so helpful. Do it. If complete paper is as simple as like these questions, how nice then, right? Then the cutoff will be out of 200, 190 for general candidate, right? That's why paper is not like this. These are just the part of question paper. Just something around one question from odd one out, one from series. In next class, we will discuss the letter analogy. Letter analogy means what we discussed earlier in today's class. GA analogy, right? Letter analogy means like this. AZ is somehow related to right? In a similar way, RS related to RS. So royal style. It's like 1, 6 plus 5, Z plus 5, E, right? So 18, 19, 18 plus 5, 23, and 19 plus 5, 24 answer in next class today. Look, 3 plus 4, 7, 7 plus 4, 11, means the position of letters, right? Then 11 plus 4, 15, and 15 plus 4, 19. Yes. Then 5 plus 4, 9 plus 4, 13 plus 4, 17 plus 4, 21. SU. Again, plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Done. Next. Plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, 5, 5, 5. Do double. Oh, I hope so. That's not wrong, huh? Okay. I will sure ask after 1 or 2 class the logical paper of any paper, any department like SSC, CPO, or like FCI. So 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 4, 11. 11 plus 3, 14. 14 plus 4, 18. Again 18 plus 3, 21. The process. 6 plus 4, 10 plus 3, 13 plus 4, 17 plus 3, 20 plus 4. Is it? UX. And the next one. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 means L. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 25, 23, 21, 19, 17. LGQ is the answer. LGQ. Done. In next class, we will complete letter analogy and letter repeating series. AB blank blank CD blank blank, right? Then we will discuss. Do you guys do mirror water image? Done? No. By that, sir. Do you guys discuss paper cutting, folding, mirror water image, embedded figure? That's nice. Picture analogy. Some sort of relief. Otherwise, there is a vast syllabus left off. So we need to discuss only letters then. Right? That's good. Thank you. Class, good evening. Alright, guys. So, what was the last topic? Please tell me. What was the last topic?
Veto power of president.
Special power?
Veto power.
Veto power of president. The last topic was veto power of the president. Alright? Veto power of president. Now, veto power is mentioned under Article 111. Alright? Veto power is mentioned under Article 111. Okay? Now, veto power is nothing but some simple options that have been given to the president when the bill passed by both the houses is presented before the president. As usual, as we have discussed in previous classes, the president has three choices. Yes or no? Right? The president has three choices. Choice number one is president can give his signature on the bill. That's the most common, most usual choices. Alright? This choice is exercised for 99.99% of times. Yes or no? Alright? The second choice is that the president can refuse to give his signature on the bill. Yes? The third is the president can return the bill back for reconsideration of the parliament. Yes or no? Right? If it is not a money bill. If it is not a money bill. With respect to money bill, the president only has two choices. Either he signs it or he refuses to sign it. Right? What 99.9% of time happens, the president usually gives his signature. Okay? The president gives his signature because the money bill is introduced
only after getting prior permission from the president. Okay. So since the president himself has allowed the presentation of money bill, so what happens? He gives his signature to the bill. Okay. But it is not mandatory on the president to give his signature. Getting my point? So president can return any bill except money bill. This is one condition. And the second condition is with respect to Constitution Amendment Bill. With respect to Constitution Amendment Bill, the president has to give his signature. Yes or no? There is no veto power, as we had discussed in last to last class. Yes or no? With respect to Constitution Amendment Bill, according to 24th Amendment 1971, it made it mandatory upon president to give his signature on the bill. Yes or no? Alright? Clear? See? So, now, these two are special bills that needs mention, that needs a separate mention. So now, let's go back to business. So, whenever any bill except these two bills is presented before the president, he has following three choices. He can give his signature, he can refuse his signature, and thirdly, he can return the money bill back for the consideration of the parliament. Alright? Now, there are four types of vetoes mentioned there are four types of vetoes. First is known as absolute veto. Then there is suspensive. There is qualified. Pocket. Right? These four vetoes are there. The President of India does not enjoy qualified veto. Fine? The qualified veto is only available to President of the US. Right? Our President, does not have qualified veto. Na? It is only used by President of the US. Who is the US President now? From yesterday? Donald Trump. Okay? Yesterday, no? Yesterday Trump took oath and now he's the 47th US President. Alright? So our Indian President enjoys absolute veto, suspensive veto and pocket veto. Whenever the bill is presented before President for signature, if he refuses to sign, alright, then it is said that President has used absolute veto. Fine? Then the bill never gets to become the act and it collapses and the bill collapses. Okay? Alright? When the president refuses to give his sign, it is known as the president has applied his veto power. Alright? Absolute veto power. Okay? Then it is used as absolute veto. Alright? Absolute veto. Now, when the president returns the bill, now let's just focus on option number 3. When the bill is returned by the president, fine, back to the parliament. Now what? The parliament can repass the bill in the original form, yes or no? Or the parliament can make the amendments as suggested by the president, yes or no? It is up to the will of parliament. By parliament here I mean Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, okay? Both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha can either pass the bill again with or without recommendations of the president, okay? And they need to pass the bill by the original majority with which they pass the bill in the first instance. Alright? Before being sent back to them. Alright? They need to use the same majority to pass the bill with or without those amendments or suggestions which were made by the president when the president was returning the bill to them. Yes or no? Right? So this is known as suspensive veto. The president has used suspensive veto. Getting my point? Right? Okay? The parliament has power to overtake the suspensive veto by passing the bill again. Right? The parliament can, with or without amendments as suggested by the president, can pass the bill again and they need to pass it by the same majority. There is no need to override the majority. Okay? That is known as suspensive veto. Getting my point? Right? If the parliament had required a higher majority to pass the bill again with or without amendments, that would have been called qualified veto. But since it is not enjoyed by the president, so we need not to go into this detail. Okay? This is only enjoyed by the US president. Get my point? Up till clear? And if the president takes no action at all, president is neither signing the bill, nor he's refusing to sign, nor he is sending it back. Fine. The president is taking no action at all. He has taken the bill and he has kept that bill in his pocket. That is known as pocket veto. Got it? Clear? Fine. You want me to make you write down, give you notes, or will you write this thing in your own words? Batao? In your own words? Just write it down, okay? Just take 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Write the entire thing down in your own words, or if you want, I can note you down. This is the veto power of the president. This is the veto power of the president. Okay, you're not going to write down on your own, so just write veto power. Right under Article 111, 111, under Article 111, the president enjoys 3 kinds of vetoes. The president enjoys 3 kinds of vetoes: absolute, suspensive, and pocket veto. Absolute, suspensive, and pocket vetoes. Next point. There is another veto known as qualified veto. There is another veto known as qualified veto. There is another veto known as qualified veto. But it is not enjoyed by our president. Okay? It is not enjoyed by our president, but by POTUS. POTUS, President of the US. But by POTUS. Alright? Now write absolute veto. Absolute veto. If the president withholds his assent, if the president withholds his assent to the bill, the president withholds his assent to the bill, the bill does not get to become the act. The bill never becomes the act. The bill never becomes the act. आपको समझ में आना चाहिए, ठीक है ना? You should get to know what you are writing, right? Nobody else. It's exactly my notes. Okay? 90% of time. 10% of time you like it. The act, the bill never becomes the act. Next, right? Suspensive veto. Suspensive veto. If the president returns the bill, for the reconsideration of the parliament, if the president returns the bill for the reconsideration of the parliament, in bracket, right, if it is not a money bill. Don't forget this point, okay? This very important point. If it is not a money bill, this means that except money bill, president can return any kind of bill back to the parliament, okay? Except money bill and constitution amendment bills, okay? Every the finance bill, any normal bill, okay? President can return it back. If the president returns the bill back for the reconstitution of the parliament may again pass the bill. The parliament may again pass the bill. The parliament may again pass the bill with or without the amendments. With or without the amendments. With or without the amendments, using the same majority with which it had passed it in the first instance. It had passed it in the first instance. Okay? Fine. Now write pocket veto. When the president takes no action at all. When the president takes no action at all on the bill. When the president takes no action at all on the bill. Okay? It is called pocket veto. Now next, have we covered the ordinance making power? No, no? Right, next topic is ordinance making power of president. Under Article 123. Ordinance making power of president under Article 123. Now listen, class. Our parliament consists of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and President. Yes or no? Right? What is the main job of parliament? To pass the laws for the benefit of country and society. Alright? To pass the guidelines, policies, etc. Whatever. Okay? Right? Now, there is a law in our constitution says that not more than 6 months must pass between the sitting of the two houses. Alright? That means the maximum time, that means the parliament must meet at least 2 times in 1 year. Yes or no? It can meet for more than 2 times, but it should meet for at least 2 times, because not more than 6 months must pass between the sitting of the houses. Yes, this is a law. Getting my point? Fine. And tell me, can any law be made by Lok Sabha alone? Can Lok Sabha on its own pass any law? Make any law? No. Can Rajya Sabha on its own pass any law? No. This means the bill needs to be passed by both the houses. Get my point? Now let's imagine a situation Let's imagine that Lok Sabha is in session but Raj Sabha is not in session, or vice versa, Raj Sabha is in session but Lok Sabha is not in session, or let's say both the houses are not in session, right? Both the houses are not in session. Now when both the houses are not in session, can the parliament pass any law? No. If only one house is in session and the other one is absent, can parliament pass any law? No, right? So to tackle these situations, okay, to tackle these situations, Article 123 has given a special power to President to pass ordinances. Ordinance is just like another piece of legislation. Ordinance is just like another law. Okay, it's just like another act. Getting my point? Just to deal with these kind of situations, that let's say a urgent situation has presented itself, right? But the parliament is not in session, or at least one of its houses is not in session. That means the parliament cannot do its job of passing the law to deal with that particular situation. Getting my point? Right? So in that case, what will happen? The president will use his powers given under Article 123 to pass a ordinance. Okay? Ordinance is just another piece of law, policy, guideline, whatever. Right? Okay? To deal with that situation. Right? And when the ordinance is passed by the president, now let's say the president passes ordinance on 21st of January. Alright? President passes ordinance on 21st of January. Right? And let's say the parliament is not in session. Right? But as we have just seen, the parliament must, that not more than 6 months must pass between the sitting of the parliament. Let's say, so the next meeting of parliament must happen on or before 21st June. Yes or no? Right? Let's say the parliament met on 21st June. Parliament meets on 21st June. So the ordinance's life will be of 6 months. Getting my point? Fine. The ordinance was passed by the president on 21st January and it will be in effect till the parliament meets. Okay? Now, when the parliament meets, the parliament can either cancel that ordinance by voting, or they can vote to continue that ordinance. Yes or no? Right? Or if the parliament decides to take no action at all on the ordinance can survive a maximum of 6 weeks. Okay? From the sitting of the parliament. Getting my point? So now you tell me, what is the maximum life of an ordinance? If the parliament takes no action at all. What could be the maximum life of an ordinance if the parliament decides to take no action on it at all? 6 months? 6 months? 6 months and 6 weeks? Yes or no? It is the maximum life of an ordinance? Yes or no? Listen, after meeting, it's not necessary that the parliament meets only after 6 months. But before the expiration of 6 months, the parliament must meet, okay? When the parliament was dissolved, when both the houses were not in session on 21st January, let's say they met again on 15th of February. Yes or no? Yes, it could happen, right? The next session was called on 15th of February. So the life of ordinance was from 21st January to 15th of February. Yes? Now, let's say Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha, you guys have met, okay? Now, you will say to yourselves that there is an ordinance in play already, okay? So the parliament, Lok Sabha, can vote to cancel that ordinance, yes or no? And the same voting can happen in Raj Sabha. So the ordinance got cancelled by both the houses. Getting my point? On 15th February itself, on the first day of the meeting of parliament. So the life of ordinance was from 21st January to 15th February. Yes? Or it could happen that the parliament decides to continue the ordinance. Yes or no? So in that case, the ordinance will take the shape of a ordinary law. Yes or no? In that case, the ordinance will take the shape of any ordinary law which is usually passed by the parliament, right? And that the ordinance will become the law and it will be forever. Yes or no? Right? Or if the parliament, when meeting on 15th of February, decides to take no action at all on the ordinance. So from the date of the first meeting of the parliament, the maximum life an ordinance can survive is 6 weeks. Yes or no? After 6 weeks, the ordinance will automatically collapse. Right? If the parliament wants to end it before the expiration of 6 weeks, it can do it. If the parliament wishes to make it a proper law, right, a usual law, it can make it. But if it decides to take no action at all, then the maximum time an ordinance can survive is 6 weeks. So the maximum life of an ordinance is 6 months and 6 weeks. Yes or no? Right? It's clear now, right? So please write this down in your own words, okay? However you feel comfortable. Write this entire concept in your own words. An ordinance is just another piece of legislation. Okay? It's just like another act. It's just like another law passed by parliament. The only difference is that it is temporary in nature. Hai? If the parliament wants to make it permanent, it can do so. If the parliament wants to cancel it, it can also do the same. Okay? Just write it down. Okay? Just leave it. Write down. Under Article 123, under Article 123, the President can issue ordinances. Under Article 123, the President can issue ordinances when either both the houses are not in session, or at least one of the houses is not in session, or when at least one of the houses is not in session. Next line. An ordinance issued when both the houses are in session, is unconstitutional. Is unconstitutional. Is unconstitutional because ordinance power of president, because the ordinance power of president is not a parallel power of legislation. Is not a parallel power of legislation. Okay? It's not a parallel power of legislation. Right? From next line, right? An ordinance is just another piece of legislation. An ordinance is just like another piece of legislation. An ordinance is just like another piece of legislation, comma, only temporary in nature. Only temporary in nature. Okay? From next line, right? An ordinance such passed must be passed within the expiry of 6 weeks, from the date of first meeting, when both the houses reassemble. From the date of first meeting, when both the houses reassemble. Next line. Go to next line. As per constitution, not more than 6 months must pass, and underline this, not more than 6 months must pass not more than 6 months must pass between the sessions of the parliament, between the sessions of parliament. Between the sessions of parliament. Okay? From next line, right? The parliament can also cancel the ordinance. Can also cancel the ordinance at any time after its reassembly. Cancel the ordinance at any time after its reassembly. After its reassembly. Right? It means if the parliament takes no action at all, it means if the parliament takes no action at all, if the parliament takes no action at all, the maximum life of an ordinance, is 6 months and 6 weeks. Is 6 months and 6 weeks. ठीक है? Is 6 months and 6 weeks. ठीक है? The parliament takes no action. ठीक है? Alright? Now, right? An ordinance can have retrospective. An ordinance can have retrospective effect as well. Retrospective effect means that an ordinance can be passed from a back date as well. Alright? That the president can pass a law. Let's say the president passes a law on 21st of January. Okay? And the ordinance might say that the law will apply from 1st January 2025. Okay? That means it has a retrospective effect. Okay? पीछे की डेट से. Got it? An ordinance can have retrospective effect as well. Full stop. It can be issued to amend tax laws. It can be issued to amend tax laws or any other act of parliament. Tax laws or any other act of parliament. However, and underline this point, next line. However, this is very important. An ordinance cannot be issued to amend the constitution. It cannot be issued to amend the constitution. Right? And the constitution. Alright guys, okay? Just take 2 minutes. Just read this entire paragraph of ordinance making power. If you have any doubt, just give it a sincere reading for 2 minutes. If still you have any doubt, ask me. Next is pardoning power of president.
Who will decide when the next parliament meeting?
Huh?
Who can decide, or like, who will decide when the next parliament meeting?
Who decides the next parliament when the next parliament should meet? President. President summons the houses, the meetings of parliament. He prorogues the meetings of parliament. Okay. And by law, not more than 6 months must pass before the reassembly of the two houses. Okay. That means at least the parliament must meet at least 2 times in 1 year. Okay. It can meet for 3 times, 4 times, whatever as per the situation you want, but at least 2 times. Getting my point? Right? It is mandated by law. It is obligate. It is constitutional requirement. Pardoning power of president. Done reading the ordinance power? Yes. Ordinance power is just a temporary measure to meet some urgent situation when the parliament is not in session. Alright? That's it. Nothing else. Right? Some urgent situation has taken place. Let's say, for example, on 21st of January, either the Lok Sabha is not in session or the Rajya Sabha is not in session, or let's say both the houses are not in session. Alright? Right? And some urgent situation has taken place, some urgency has taken place in the country. Let's say, for example, that new virus, that HMPV virus, that HMPV virus outbreaks have started occurring in the country. Alright? So, it is the prime duty of the parliament to pass a law regarding that, to pass such guidelines, policy guidelines, to make a law, whatever. Yes or no? But the parliament is not in session, or at least either one of the houses is not in session. That means the Rajya Sabha on its own or the Lok Sabha on its own is unable to pass such a legislation. Yes or no? So, to meet that urgent situation, we have Article 123, okay? The ordinance making power of the President. The President will pass such a law or such guidelines as he or she sees fit to deal with that particular situation, alright? And when the Parliament reassembles, right, it can either vote to continue that law, continue that ordinance, or it can cancel that ordinance at any time, or if it so wishes to take no action at all, the ordinance will automatically lapse after 6 weeks, right? So the maximum time of recess is 6 months. The recess is the time period between the sessions of the parliament. Okay? The maximum recess can be of 6 months. So the maximum life of ordinance is 6 months and 6 weeks. I hope it is clear now, right? An ordinance is just a temporary piece of legislation, right? It can, but it has same effects as that of an ordinary law passed by the ordinary legislative process. But my point, right? It can be used to amend tax laws. It can be used to amend any act passed by the parliament before. It can have retrospective effect as well. But one thing that it cannot do, that it cannot be used to amend the constitution, right? Or to make any changes in the fundamental rights. Remember my point, these two are limitations on ordinance making power. Got it? Right? It is mentioned under Article 123. याद रहेगा? ठीक है guys? Fine. Any doubts so far? Yes, in the back? Clear? आगे बढ़े? ठीक है. Next is pardoning power of the president. Right? Pardoning power of the president. Let's say, for example, there are two parties, Party A and Party B. Right? They happen to live in Rajasthan. They belong to Rajasthan. And in Rajasthan, they live in Jaipur, right? They get into a property dispute of any kind, or whatever dispute of any kind. They will fight their case in district court. Yes or no? In district court of Jaipur. Yes or no? Fine. They will fight their case in district court. Let's say Party A was not satisfied. Then Party A can move against the judgment of the district court to High Court. Yes? Right? But the Party B was not satisfied with the decision of High Court. So now Party B can move Supreme Court. Yes or no? Right? Now the Supreme Court will give its judgment. Okay? Either it will give its judgment in A's favor or B's favor. Whatever it is, the judgment of the Supreme Court is full and final for 99.99% of the times. Alright? Alright? For 99.999% of the time, the judgment of the Supreme Court is full and final. Okay? There is no higher authority over Supreme Court to reverse Supreme Court's judgment. But my point, right? But it's not 100%. Constitution has kept open a window, right? And that window is pardoning power of president under Article 72, right? Let's say in any case, Supreme Court has given capital punishment to person A. Capital punishment means death sentence, okay? Has awarded death sentence to person, yes, right? So 99.999% of the times it is damn sure that A will be hanged sooner or later, right? Now what happens? Sometimes, most of the convicts, they have this opportunity, they have this right to file appeal before president, okay? They can write to the president to just have a relook at their case. So no, but it is not their right that president actually relooks into their case. It is the discretion of the president whether he decides to entertain that appeal or reject that appeal. Fine? And for 99.99% of the times, president rejects that appeal. Fine? So you can see how rare this window is. How rarely that window gets opened for somebody. Right? First of all, the chances are very low in the Supreme Court itself, 99.99%, and even those 0.001% cases that reach the president, 99.9% cases of those, they get rejected out. Fine? So the window, so the opportunity is very rare. But it is there because president has in past exercised this power. Exercised this pardoning power. Got my point? So now, the appeal reaches to the president, okay? Now the president has 4 or 5 alternatives regarding that person's conviction, regarding that person's sentence, alright? And his death sentence or whatever it is awarded, okay? Only the president has power to let go of person A's death sentence, right? Getting my point? Only the Supreme Court has power to pardon somebody's death sentence, fine? And there are multiple alternatives of president, okay? Right? He can either change the nature of the punishment and everything, which we will discuss later. Yes or no? Okay. Here is a question on the side. How do you think a person is Indian Constitution allows how many ways to take a person's life? Let's say Supreme Court has awarded death to person A. Yes or no? Right? And the court has decided that he or she will be hanged on 5th of February. Right? So, what do you think? How many ways do you think are there that his or her life can be taken? Or how many ways are there to take somebody's life? According to Indian law, okay? According to Indian law, not like, on the streets. According to Indian law, how many ways are there to take somebody's life when he or she has been awarded death sentence by Supreme Court and there is no remedy at all? The president has rejected his appeal and he or she has tried everything. Now it is damn sure that he or she is going to die on 5th of February. Yes, tell me. How many ways are there? Yes, back. Any guesses? You all must have heard the term hanged till death. Yes or no? Arey batao. You must have heard this term, na? Hanged till death. So you can take away someone's life by hanging him. Yes or no? Right? Is there any other way to kill somebody according to law? Like for example? Via injection. Via injection. Give him some shots of cocaine. Let's enjoy for 5 minutes before you die. Going on a high. No, not injection. Anything else? Injection, not injection. You can beat him till death by baseball bat. Yes or no? No. Even that is not allowed. Yes, girls? Any guesses? You can make him watch Akshay Kumar movies back to back till he dies out of depression. No, that's not the way either. Indian Constitution has allowed only one way. The way is by hanging. You can kill somebody only by hanging him or her. Okay. No shooting is allowed. No injection is allowed. Okay. Or right, any other way is allowed. Okay. No electrical shocks, as it is. Yes, it's a practice in US. They send the prisoner to the chair, as is the term. They send the prisoner to the chair, where they give him these electrical shocks until he dies out. Okay? So the only way in Indian Constitution is to kill somebody by hanging, and the hanging must not happen on public holidays, right? And they also do this one ceremony, which is known as "What's your last wish?" Know this? When they are about to hang somebody, they ask that person as to what his or her last wish is. Okay. The person says, "I don't want to die." You die instead. It's not, these kind of wishes are not entertained. Okay. Some simple wishes are entertained, like what he or she wants to eat, wants to pray, wants to meet his family members, something like that, or he wants to write something. Okay, things like that. So, according to Article 72, the President has these following powers with him. Like option number 1 is pardon. The President can pardon somebody. Okay. Now, what does pardon mean? Pardon means giving the person complete and absolute freedom from every crime and from every disqualification. Okay. Like it's just like restoring the person's position just before the commitment of the crime. Okay. He gets to enjoy the same standing as you and I. Fine. The President absolves the criminal of every crime and every disqualification. But my point, disqualification, let's say for example, the Supreme Court has given a person a punishment of 10 years, right? And that person appeals to the President under Article 72. Somehow he gets lucky and President takes a relook at his application and then grants him pardon. Him as to he or she cannot apply to government jobs or defense or whatever, they all get abolished. Okay, he gets a new life. Okay, with all his rights restored. Fine. This is the best form of granting somebody, okay, pardon, which is known as pardon itself. Right. Next is commutation. Commutation means, listen. When the court awards somebody a punishment, let's say person A and person B, okay, they both were awarded sentences by Supreme Court. For example, person A was granted 5 years in prison, LI is light imprisonment, fine, and the person B was granted 5 years of RI is rigorous imprisonment. The sentence is same, 5 years and 5 years, yes, but the character of punishment is different. Character here is light imprisonment and here it is rigorous imprisonment. Okay? Light imprisonment means the convict in the jail has not to do some hardcore work of the jail. Okay, he just has to do just ordinary works, washing his laundry, making his own bed, things like that. Yes or no? But in rigorous imprisonment, you need to do some hardcore work in the jail. Okay, all those movies, patthar tod raha hai, chakki chalaएं, all those things. Okay, a person is asked to do. Getting my point? So now person B approaches President, and President does not grant him pardon, but grants him commutation. Getting my point? So in commutation, the character of the sentence changes to a lighter form. So he will be awarded now 5 years of LI. Fine. The character of his punishment got changed from rigorous imprisonment to light imprisonment, but the duration of the sentence remains the same. Right? I think it's clear. Right? This is known as commutation. Okay. Next is remission. Remission. In remission, what happens? The duration of the sentence gets reduced without changing its character. That is, if the same person B approaches President and President, after taking his appeal into consideration, does not grant him pardon, does not grant him commutation, but grants him remission. So what President can do? He can change his sentence from 5 years of RI to 4 years of RI or 3 years of RI. The duration of the sentence gets reduced, but not the character. I hope this is clear, right? Things like that. Okay. Okay. For example, somebody, you tell me, a person was awarded death. Person was awarded death by the Supreme Court. He approaches the President. President does not grant him pardon, but he grants him commutation. So what will happen now? What will happen now? The President grants him commutation. What will happen now? Tell me. Got the question? Understood the question? Person was awarded death by the court, by the highest court. He approached the President. President does not grant him pardon, but grants him commutation. What will happen? He will get life imprisonment. The person will walk free, and instead of him, the President himself will get it. It's not like that. Yes, he's right. The death will be commuted to life imprisonment. Fine? That the person will now spend every day of his life for his remaining life inside the jail. Okay? He will not be hanged, but he will be awarded life imprisonment. And life imprisonment means life imprisonment. Okay? It's not like that stupid idea in movies like after 14 years or 5 years, hero comes out of the jail out of good behavior because he read some books, because he solved SSC math question. So it's not like that, okay? LI means LI, okay? Till you die, you will remain in jail. Life imprisonment. Got it? Okay? So please write down. Pardoning power of President, Article 72. Article 72 empowers the President to grant pardons to any person convicted of any offense. To grant pardons, etc. to any person convicted of any offense. Now first write pardon. First write pardon. It is absolute and complete. Pardon is absolute and complete. Full stop. It absolves the convict. It absolves the convict. It absolves the convict of every crime and disqualifications. It absolves the convict of every crime and disqualifications. Second is commutation. 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 Commutation, right? It means substitution. It means substitution of one form of punishment It means substitution of one form of punishment with another lighter form. With another lighter form. With another lighter form. For example, death can be commuted to life imprisonment. Death can be commuted to life imprisonment, comma, or a 5-year RI can be commuted to 5-year LI. Rigorous imprisonment and light imprisonment, respectively. ठीक, right next, remission. REMISSION, remission. It means reducing the period, reducing the duration of sentence without changing its character. For example, a 10-year RI can be reduced to a 8-year or 5-year RI. Next, respite. RESPITE, respite. All right. It means awarding a lesser sentence in place of the original. Awarding the lesser sentence in place of the original due to some special fact, due to some special condition of the convict. For example, pregnancy or disability. Right, the last one, and this is the last topic of this chapter. Reprieve. 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 It implies a stay. STAY. It implies a stay on the execution of a sentence. It implies a stay on the execution of a sentence for a temporary period. Meanwhile, giving the convict some time to seek pardon from the president. To seek pardon from the president. Right, guys? From next line, make a star point. Right? The governor of a state under Article 161 under Article 161 also enjoys pardoning power. But the governor in the states under Article 161, okay? The same power which is enjoyed by the president at the union level is enjoyed by the governor at the states level. Yes or no? Right? Because governor is just like a cut and copy machine, right? In simpler words, whatever president does with regards to union law, with regards to parliament, the governor does with regards to state law and state legislature, right? So the governor also enjoys pardoning power under Article 161, but there are two differences. Okay? Difference is the governor cannot pardon a death sentence; he can only commute it, right? The governor cannot pardon a death sentence. The governor cannot pardon a death sentence. Full stop. He can only commute it. He can only commute it, while the president can pardon a death sentence. Okay, the governor cannot. And second, he has no powers. He has no powers. He has no powers with respect to sentences. WRT, with respect to sentences awarded in court martial. Awarded in court martial. That is a military code. That is a military code. Okay? Only president has powers regarding these. Right? President can even pardon or commute or give remission to the sentences awarded to any army officer in his court martial. Get my point? Because president is the supreme commander of the armed forces. Yes or no? Right? Governor is not the supreme commander. President is the supreme commander. Alright? So the president has all the authority to remove all the restrictions awarded to any captain or any major or subedar, havaldar of the military, okay? Armed forces, army, navy, whatever. Right, guys? Got the point? Okay? So now listen. This completes our chapter of president. Okay? This is one of the most lengthiest chapters in our constitution. All right. Once you get hold of president, the chapter of governor becomes relatively easy. Right? Because in most of the cases, we just have to replace the word parliament by state legislature and the word president by governor. All right? And almost 70 to 80% things, they flow in very easily. All right? Only some special things are there. We need to mention them specifically. Right? So now, just give me last 2 minutes. So now, if you want me to, we can make a list about all the important articles with respect to the president, which we have written here and there in our entire chapter, president. Alright, just like Article 52, which says that there shall be a president. Right? Article 60, oath of president. Article 61, impeachment of president. Yes, Article 72, guys, just 2 minutes. Article 72, pardoning power. Article 111, veto power. Alright, Article 123, ordinance power. We have written all these things here and there in the chapter. If you want, we can write them on a single page, or else you can do with what we have written in the chapter itself. Okay, fine. Now please make a new note, and this will start from the next class. The new chapter is vice president. vice president. Okay, right? He is the. It is the. Right? It is the. It is the second most important constitutional office in the Constitution. It is the second most important constitutional body, yeah, constitutional office under Constitution. Right? Who is at the first? The president. After that, who comes? Vice president. Okay? Got my point?
Yeah.
And when the and when vice president gets to act as president, we have discussed when the vice president wishes for either long-lived president or long-leave president. Okay, when the president dies or he resigns, or when president goes to a long holiday. Okay, either foreign tour or some medical emergency, whatever. Right? Then the vice president gets to act as president. All right. We have discussed all these things in detail. The rest of the details regarding vice president we'll discuss in the next class. All right, guys. Got it? All clear? Chalo, thank you.
Vale,